Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we'll be talking to one of the leaders of the best places to work in North Texas. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I read a statistics once where if you have a turnover at your company, it can cost anywhere between half a year's salary and a year and a half salary to go find another applicant and train them and get them up to speed. So it makes all the sense in the world to keep your employees happy. Somebody who knows something about that, David Cathey, he's a partner with Unity Search. Thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, I'm privileged to have you here. I know you have dialed it in, and you've got one of the best places to work in North Texas. The Dallas Business Journal just recognized you guys. Tell us the story. How did you get the award?
Well, I think it started 4 years ago. I mean, we always feel like we've had a great culture at our firm, and 4 years ago we decided that we would push all our chips to the center of the table and see if we could be a best place to work, DFW, and we've been involved in it the last 3 years. We've won awards. And I think our culture speaks to that, and I think it starts with our core values and how we hire people and how we try to develop them and give them what they need to be successful.
We're going to put the award up on the screen so everybody can see it. That's got to feel good, doesn't it?
Feels great. Yeah, it really does.
And some bosses think they can put in like a ping pong table or something like that, and suddenly they've got culture. It's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so there are things like that we have. I mean, we try to make it a relaxed and a fun environment, but I think what we've learned over the years is it's a lot about accountability. We want people to be successful, and we want to give them the tools to be successful. So we want to have fun, but we also want to have them accountable for high standards.
Sure. And the pandemic obviously threw a wrench into everything, because those offices that were working when everybody was together, suddenly everybody's working from home. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, it's a real challenge for us. I think, I feel like we really need to get together, my partners and I need to get together and come up with a game plan and think about it a little bit more, because in our culture, when you're defined by being in the office and you're surrounded by those 4 walls, you know, it can kind of be like an amoeba, and you don't have to put a lot of intentional effort into it. It just takes over. And being remote now, we know that there's going to be a lot of intentionality to maintain and grow the culture we have.
What do you do about Zoom fatigue? Because I hear that at a lot of companies that, oh no, yet another Zoom meeting. How do you combat that?
Yeah. Well, we try not to have a lot of Zoom meetings. In our business, we really want people to run their own desk and run their own business. But we need to make sure that we're all on the same page. And so part of it is just consistency and holding yourself to a limited time frame. We're going to start at this time and we're going to end at this time, and be respectful of our employees' opportunity to grow their own business with their clients.
Yes, and one of the reasons that Unity Search is so successful is that you really know your customers and what your customers need. Can you explain more what Unity Search does?
Sure. What we do is we are a finance, accounting, tax, information technology, and HR recruiting and staffing firm. So we focus on direct hire. That could be a contingent search, or it could be project-based searches, consulting assignments, and then we have a higher level division of executive retained searches. And our backyard is DFW. So we know DFW. We do have a very small Houston tax operation.
Yes.
And then we have a national approach. So we're involved in an affiliated group of firms called AFA. That's AAFA. It stands for American Association of Finance and Accounting. And it gives us a presence in over 40 markets across the U.S.
Sure. I know there's a lot of staffing companies, recruiting companies. What makes yours stand out?
Well, I think it's the people. And I feel like that's cliche. I think a lot of people say that. But I think we are always forever trying to hone who we hire. And, to steal something from Patrick Lencioni, we try to make sure that they're humble, hungry, and smart. And then we weave them into our core values. And I think that's what it starts with.
Yeah, and I urge my viewers to go online and go to their website because they're always updating it with some great blogs. In fact, there's a blog that really caught my eye. It's 10 tips to make your next hire the right hire. Why don't you summarize that? What was that blog about?
Sure. I think the blog is written from the perspective of a hiring manager, and which you don't often hear. And so when you are a hiring manager, I think just a couple of the tips to highlight are really sitting down and taking some quiet time to think through what specifically you're looking for, not just the technical skill sets, but the culture of your company and the culture of your department. And what are the soft skills that you're looking for? And I think after that, when you're interviewing for a job, you're doing research on the company. I also believe that hiring managers should do research on the candidates that they're looking to hire. Pull them up on LinkedIn, look at their background, and I really feel like that's where a staffing firm like Unity comes in very handy for our hiring manager, because we are here trying to do that research for you.
And for your firm to be successful, you really have to make good decisions on behalf of your clients. You can't have clients saying, hey, that last 3 hires didn't work out. So you got to do your homework.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we don't hit home runs every single time, and there's no recruiting firm that ever has hit a home run every time. But I think you learn from all those lessons, and I think it's important to keep in mind your client comes in 2 forms. You have a hiring manager and you have the candidate. And so it's working really hard to listen to both to make the right match.
Sure. We were also talking off camera about your sense that the economy is about to rev up. We're seeing it at our company. We just had our record month. What are you seeing?
Yeah, for us, it really started in September. We've started seeing an influx in the number of positions that we're working, and that's only increased each successive month. And so we're working a number of opportunities, fantastic opportunities for our clients in all 3 areas of those businesses that I mentioned, which is contract, contingent, and retained.
Now, your clients, because I know you're eyeball to eyeball with them, are they giving you the sense that this is going to be 2021 could just be a banner year?
Yeah, we really do think so. I mean, if you look at unemployment statistics, I think BFW specifically is at 6.3%. In the latest BLS survey. And so I think that the pandemic, as we saw it with the virus being reduced and the vaccine happening, I think we'll see more people gathering and hiring decisions made.
Sure. And I think there's a lot of pent-up demand out there to go do those things that we haven't been able to do for a year.
Yeah.
And that leads to just money being circulated, and that's always good, isn't it?
Yeah, we're really excited about it. So far this year has been a really good year for us, and when it's a really good year for us, that means it's a great year for our clients. They're not using us if it's not a good year for them.
Well, David, we have about a minute left, so I'm going to give you a chance to talk about how does somebody know when they need to hire a firm like yours?
Yeah, well, it depends on what they're looking for. If it's accounting, finance, tax, information technology, and HR, and they can identify the needs that they have of their team, which is what we're here to help them do. No industry, we're not defined by industry. We're defined by field of operation. And those are what we're looking for, is those specific fields of operation. If they have a need in there, that's what we would be looking to help our clients.
Outstanding. David Cathey, we're going to put the website up to end the segment. UnitySearch.com is the website. David Cathey, partner. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.